2023 Toyota Tacoma, the base model, or the SR5. Some quick specs about this vehicle: 3.5 liter V6 with around 278 horsepower and 265 pound-feet of torque. This one is 4x4 and with a 6-speed automatic transmission. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what our key looks like. Very simple, but very Toyota-like at the same time. I wouldn't expect anything too crazy from Toyota. But anyway, let's do a quick little walk around of this small truck. This one competes with the Chevy Colorado, the GMC Canyon, and all of those likes. But the key difference is that this one is significantly worse on fuel mileage. Somehow Toyota made a V6 that's slightly less powerful but takes a little bit more gas. But since it's a Toyota, you know that this thing is reliable and will take you to the ends of the earth and back. And a testament to that is how well this thing holds its value. Some beautiful Toyota rims. I like these rims. They may be small, they're not the biggest rims out there, but they're classy and very Toyota-like. SR5 badging, our exhaust coming from down here, and nothing too crazy going on. 4x4 V6, and a very decently sized trunk bed as well. And to open it, pretty simple. Pull it, and she drops just like that. Very nice. And you also get a plug-in over here as well too. And this is the bad boy we're gonna be driving out today. I'm expecting this thing to be kind of smooth on the road. Again, it's a truck, so I always expect a truck to be very smooth on the road. We have another GoPro to get another POV of the suspension in action if we take off. And I just like the grille. To be honest, the base model may not be my favorite Tacoma version for the time being, but the TRD Pro one is arguably the best looking Toyota Tacoma out there. So if you're thinking about getting a Tacoma, I highly recommend you get a TRD. You get a big hood scoop, more aggressive grille, even more off-road looking suspension, and just a cooler vehicle in general. But since this is a base model, I'll give you my honest thoughts and feedback about it. Tiny little screen. Toyota hasn't changed much about the screens. It feels kind of dated for a 2022 to have a screen that looks this plain, if you get what I'm saying. Just a simple home button. Very quick enough. Like, not the fastest thing out there, but decently quick. Our heated seats. You have your forward drive selector over here, your push to start down here. Your cruise control is going to be hidden right behind the steering wheel, this little item right here. This one doesn't have adaptive cruise control. Makes sense, it's a simple Tacoma. But if you want extra power, press this button, and this is like borderline the sport mode for this truck. Quick little rev check. Not bad. Climate controls are down here. I like the simple climate controls. Nothing too crazy, but very simple. Puts the thing into drive. We have a little compass over here as well, telling you that we are facing south. And of course, we're gonna take this thing out on a little quick, simple drive. We're gonna try and do a light little acceleration. 3, 2, 1. Not bad. Lost a little bit of traction when we tried to take off, so we're gonna try that again. We're gonna put it in 4x4 for a hot second and just give it another little push. Feels weird. Like, it's not the quickest accelerating thing out there. The V6 is strained by the amount of weight this truck has. So I feel like Toyota detuned it a little bit because the engine does not seem to match the size of the truck. It may not be the quickest thing out there, and of course you won't need this truck to be quick. That's not what it's built for. But it just doesn't seem like the type to be quick at all. But overall, very simple. And if we look at our gas mileage, we're eating up 11.6, which is actually not too bad. Like, it's acceptable, to say the very least. And before we go any further, we're gonna try out our cruise control, and we're gonna like get more of a feel for this car, because right now this truck looks nice 100%, but it's not the most stable thing out there. If you're moving quick, if you're moving like regular driving speed, you are cool, you're just enjoying life. And I was wrong, this thing does have to have adaptive cruise control, which I actually never would have expected, because it shows me that the radar is ready. So that tells me that this thing does have adaptive cruise control. And it's fairly easy to use. If you want to engage your cruise control, take this little thing, push it in to turn it on, your radar is ready, and pull it down to set it, and we're going 58. And this thing is just cruising right now, which is pretty neat. Honestly, there's not really much that goes on in this truck, but as you can see, if we start rolling downhill a little bit too quickly, it tries to slow us down, and it tries to be fuel efficient at it too. But the thing about these Toyotas is that they're the most reliable things out there. As I said before, this thing will hold its value forever, because somehow when people buy these things, they never want to let them go. They will never let them go unless they are buying the newest one. It just starts the little cycle basically. But overall, it's just a simple truck. Again, cloth seats all around, seats are comfortable enough. The heated seats seem to try and burn you a couple of times, but it is nothing that should surprise you too much. It's a base model Toyota Tacoma. And by the way, I've been driving, we've already lost a little bit of, actually we've gained a little bit of better gas mileage as well too. Which is crazy. The only thing that I'm currently worried about is not even about the car, it's that my camera is hanging outside for dear life right now in this weather. So I'm just doing nervous glances to make sure that that thing is still on and hanging on for dear life. But if you want to save gas in a truck like this, keep cruise control on. That's the best way for you to save as much gas as possible. But overall, handling and suspension wise, you guys already know I'm in a truck. It's going to be very good when it comes to keeping me on a smooth enough ride so that I'm not being jumbled in my seat too much. But if you want to take a fast turn, do not do that, because this thing is not stable when taking sharp turns like that. And again, I see this truck mostly not even towing stuff really. I just see it as a person who likes Toyotas, who didn't want to get the Tundra and settle for the Tacoma. That's how I see it. This is like the Tundra's little brother. Somehow they both feel very similar at the same time. The Tundra being, again, much bigger. And if you really wanted to, you could take this thing off-road if you really felt the urge to do that. We're gonna do a quick little 3-point turn. See how quickly we can do it. And we'll do one acceleration again, this time with all-wheel drive mode on. Three, 2, 1. Okay, so I lied. When you accelerate and you actually gain traction in a truck like this, it takes off relatively well. Still wish it had a little bit more power, just a little bit more. But other than that, this is a perfect truck for just someone who might want the extra space, doesn't want to put people in the back seats, and just loves Toyota. This is definitely a more Toyota enthusiast car almost. Not enthusiast, but a Toyota supporter car, to say the least. And again, handling, taking a turn quick, this car doesn't like it. And if you really want to do a handbrake drift, they give you a handbrake that's literally right over here. Of course the car doesn't like it when you do that, just pull up the handbrake like that, it hates that. But if you own the car and you want to do some dumb stuff, go right ahead, go into an empty field in the middle of nowhere and do your little donuts and have fun. But stay safe, okay? Don't get yourself killed trying to have fun. So the thing I've noticed about, well, for me specifically while driving this car for a little bit, though it may feel a little bit underpowered sometimes, I have noticed that's not the point Toyota made this car. It's not supposed to be a high performance truck like what Ram does with pretty much all of their vehicles, where it's a big boy Hemi or a Ford with like a big V8 sitting in the car, and the smaller engines with like a 4-cylinder with a bunch of turbos making big amounts of horsepower. That's not the point for Tacoma. Tacoma, like most Toyota people, they really don't focus too much on the performance. They just want to talk about their reliability, make it cheap, make it affordable, and make it last forever. Because let's say I am a Tacoma driver and I'm arguing with a Ram guy, arguing which truck is better. He may pull up the fact that his is faster, his sounds better, his probably might get better gas mileage here and there, depending on who has the heavier foots. His may be able to tow a little bit more and his might have a bigger tank, whatever. My only comeback needs to be that my car would outlive both of us combined. That's the only comeback I need, and that's what Toyota made this car to be. Like, this car can take a beating. This car is basically a tank. And yes, it is smooth over a couple of bumps. But anyway guys, this has been Morty in the 2023 Toyota Tacoma SR5. Take care guys, and peace.